the record of time, the movement of things, and also the activities being done each day carries its own different quality and advantages. Prior to the season and each day, and prior to the season of each time, it has been noticed that a African lady, has been home, and also, she has been so much engaged that she did not, for once, goes to the market. On that special day, African lady is heading with her husband to the market. So you notice the basket she's carrying on her back. Well, in Africa, let's talk something new. Here's in Africa, there is sometime, this particular basket was being brought to me like a gift. Well, I didn't know how to use it. I was like, what am I going to put in? What am I going to use? What am I going to do with it? What am I going to, place in this special basket? But on seeing this particular clip, I think I understood now the uses of it. And for those who are in other parts, watching or seeing from other parts of the world, if you actually have this kind of basket, you will know now the advantage of it through the African lady, using it for markets. Well, I think it's an easy way, to prevent your hands from paining you or from carrying a large, to carry a heavy load. When you place it behind to be on the back, it's the weight itself will not be as much as when you're carrying this kind carrying heavy load on your arm. So this kind of basket, I think in the Chinese environment has a greater advantage. And apart from that, I think the Koreans also make use of this special basket. Subsequent episode will be bringing to you more and more of new things about culture, display, tradition, and the use of different utensils by different culture and tradition all over the world. Going to the market, I think, is one of the interesting things every woman should appreciate. A woman should go in market and exploit. Yes, when I say exploit, there are some things you can't get. Maybe you can get by sitting thinking, but when you reach the market, to be able to select good vegetable, fresh, clean, fresh. Just as you see what she's doing, she actually did not go, if you notice, with list, but on reaching there she will notice that these things are important. These things are important for the family, so she extend a buying to get it. Well, one thing again to note about this, that African lady did not enter any bike, any motor, any car, but rather the use of their feet is what is used for mobility. In the Chinese environment, you just have to know how to work. But in other parts of Africa, I think moving a long distance is like a stress to them. So what they do is, instead of walking, they do enter one thing that is called keke or bicycle, and this aid movement more easily. But in that of the Chinese environment, is not so, except they are going to the city or far distance. So as you can see, African lady is back from the market, and guess what? She dashed into a vegetable garden. Yes, garden, as I said in a previous video, is very important. And as you can see, maybe you can check that maybe this slip per se costs so much, and on reaching home she's able to carry or affect a very large numbers, large quantity of leaf, which we're going to use for the family consumption. While most times you see in our Chinese mama's video, you notice that there's a storage which is usually taken or carried out in the Chinese environment. Here is one of the storage too. This particular stool, if you check in every Chinese home, they have this particular stool to help them to store in or to save vegetable for a long period of time. Yes, apart from vegetable, I think they had a kind of pepper, they had a kind of some spices to sustain heat, and this procedure has kept so many vegetable, also kept so many person ongoing, because whenever they want to use vegetable, they dashed into that particular pot, and while saving it, you notice that the vegetable is still fresh and sweet and delicious as always. For certainly, for sure, you don't need to be, drop mind, but rather be engaged in every activities rather than sleeping, rather than snoring, rather than just wandering or looking at the ceiling. You just have to be, up and doing to ensure that, you fix things on time. That's one thing about time. Time wait for no person. Time wait for nobody. Yes, according to the statement, time wait for nobody. How do you make use of your time? How do you judiciously make use of your time? Some waste time, should not be in that direction. But when should I say time is being used accordingly or investedly, it's yield a lot and a lot and a lot of fruit or little success at the end. So how do you make use of your time? You can see that African lady is not a sleeping time. We've not seen for words that she said, "Oh, I'm tired," or "I can do this, I can do that." She ensured that everything is being done accordingly, just like the current, the work and work during the summer and during the winter, the rest. Yes, they have a rest. As you can see, she's always, fixing up things, ensuring that things in their proper domain, in their proper state, and this gives her joy. Many persons have different kinds of hobby. Some hobbies, some persons their hobby is singing, some persons their hobby is cooking, while some persons their hobby is just sitting and watching like moon. Well, I didn't say so in this particular clip. Yes, before someone will start telling me, why did you say that, why did you say that? Well, there's a reason why I said that, and if you have any contribution, you can drop it at the comment section. Okay, so as you can see, she usually don't like sit down, to watch and while with time. She's either doing one great activities or the other to ensure that everything is being fixed on properly. Alright, this is where I'll be wrapping up today's episode. I hope you're enlightened onto this package. Please do stay tuned and stay blessed, and always remember, lovelies, stay good for now. Bye for now.